Our cars are a lot smarter than we give them credit for. The engine computer is constantly learning and adapting to how you drive and how the engine parts wear down over time. It is a lot like how a human body learns to limp slightly to protect a sore foot so you can keep walking. But there is a limit to how much compensating the system can do. When you see the code P02D5, which stands for Cylinder 5 Fuel Injector Offset Learning at Max Limit, it basically means your car's computer has been trying to adjust the fuel mixture for cylinder number 5, but it has hit a brick wall. It has adjusted as much as it possibly can, and it still is not seeing the result it wants. The computer has a standard baseline for how much fuel that injector should spray. If the injector is clogged, leaking, or if the cylinder has other issues, the computer tries to add or subtract fuel time to balance things out. When it reaches the maximum limit of this adjustment and still detects a problem, it sets this code to tell you, hey, I cannot compensate for this anymore. You need to fix it. This is a moderate to high priority issue. If the computer is maxed out, it means cylinder 5 is likely running too lean or too rich, which can cause misfires. A strong smell of raw fuel, excessive smoke from the exhaust, and over time it can damage your catalytic converter or the engine itself. So, what causes an injector to need so much correction? Usually, it is a restriction or a leak. A restricted injector means the computer has to keep holding it open longer to get the same amount of fuel. On the flip side, a vacuum leak near cylinder 5 adds extra air that the computer did not account for, forcing it to dump more fuel to prevent a lean condition. To troubleshoot this, start with your ears. With the engine running, listen for a whistling sound around the intake manifold, which would indicate a vacuum leak. If that sounds quiet, you need to focus on the injector itself. Since this is specific to cylinder 5, you can try swapping the fuel injector from cylinder 5 to another cylinder, say cylinder 1. Clear the codes and drive. If the code comes back as P02D1, meaning the problem moved to cylinder 1, then you know 100% that the injector is the failure point. If the code stays at cylinder 5, then you are looking at something strictly related to that cylinder, like a wiring issue, a bad spark plug, or maybe even lower compression in that cylinder. Also, do not forget to check the connector for corrosion. These injectors sit in a spot that gets hot and dirty, and a bad electrical connection can make the computer think the injector is failing when it is just a bit of rust. Clean contacts can work wonders.